It's a little cold.
It's a little chilly.
I'm a little upset because I was dripping out in my Angel jersey, you know. But I had to put this damn jacket on. Bless you. You're welcome. Rude. Doesn't even say thank you.
Thanks.
No, you didn't. I stayed up till like 2 in the morning last night.
2? Why?
Yeah, I was watching Ozark season 4. Shit's fire, bro. Oh, it's hooked. Like, I only watched an episode, but then I only had 2 episodes left. But they're like hours. Like an hour.
I had to finish.
So I had to finish it. Yeah. So we're about to take off right now. We have 2 jobs going on. It's slow season. Typically, we'd have like 3 to 4 jobs going on at the same time. We only have 2. We're gonna go take a look right now. Kind of give you guys a rundown of the day-to-day of like what it's like to be a window cleaner, the process of cleaning windows, how much money we're making today. So should be cool. Let's go. I think Sergio's having it today, man.
You alright, bro? Yeah, I'm good. You stressing?
This is eventually going to be the next one.
I like the colors.
How you guys doing? Good. What's up, gentlemen?
What's going on?
How's it going? I have no idea. Just doing my thing.
What's up, man? Good or what?
What's going on, man?
How's it going? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
He's our best guy.
Oh, yeah? Let's go.
Because there's so many screens, so what we're doing is that when we have a house like this, especially when the customer says that they only have so many French windows, and in reality we get here and the whole house is French windows. So what I try to do is that since every window has to screen, and every screen has to be washed, so might as well give the guy a help out here and have him literally concentrate on the screen so the screens could be correctly. You know, every window has a screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, some customers, she already let us know since we got here that her main concern is she's selling the house. So when somebody's selling a house, you're dealing with a person like that, they're gonna expect even a higher of expectation than just a regular window wash.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she was specifically too about her screens that she didn't want the screens getting mixed up. There's so many of them that she said she had to replace all of them.
Yeah. So what do you do?
So now what I'm doing is I started on the top, trying to help the guy out here. So as soon as he's done, he starts doing the bottom windows the French windows by hand. Gives an advantage that once we go in there, we just start tag teaming the inside together.
Okay. What's the difference between doing French pane windows like this and normal windows?
As you can see, on a regular window, sometimes we take up to like a minute the most. On these French windows, you gotta be scrubbing every single window, not just one window. So literally you have to be taking about like 2 to 3 minutes per window. That's the difference.
What's this thing that you're using right now, the water fed pole? Can you explain it to them real quick?
So this water fed pole, what it has is, as you guys can see, there's a pressure of water, which is not a PSI. There's a difference between a PSI and just a regular. You know, this is just, all we have is a tank, which this line goes from all the way from in front of the house to back here. You know? So right now what we're doing is we're scrubbing the window with the tucker pole. The tucker pole, if you're using the brush, you're never gonna scratch the window. So a lot has to do with how the position of your brush is. This is what does the trick most of the time. If you know how to maneuver this, it's gonna make your job a lot quicker and a lot easier for yourself, especially if you don't want to get on a ladder.
Yeah, much safer.
Much safer as well.
Yeah.
And like you said, the pressure is the same. There's nothing really that, some of these French windows, what you gotta be careful with is that you gotta kind of see at the same time the water's not going inside the house. So that's the reason why there's a difference between a regular window and a French window. And in reality, French windows are, this probably house came with this window. This house is probably built what, like in the 80s?
Yeah, it's an older house.
So
for sure. Yeah, lots of times the seals will be broken on these French windows and you get water leaking in. Happens all the time. Yeah, this house we're doing right now, I think what, like 800?
Yeah, let me pull up the invoice so you guys can see.
Yeah.
All right, so you see this?
Yeah, there it is.
So you can see this is our CRM, so it like keeps track of everything. And this is a house, and we have about 63 windows for $882. And it's deluxe, so that means inside and out. We're doing the tracks and screens and the whole deal. So
$882 for this house. Victor, how long is this gonna take you think?
So this is possibly gonna take about a good, well done job is gonna take approximately 4 hours. And the reason why I say 4 hours is because, like I said, the windows, as you can see right up from the beginning, the frames are a bit older, which that matters a lot in our window industry. Because in reality, sometimes when the window's in perfect shape, it can literally take the size of this house about 2 hours and a half. So there's like an hour and a half difference.
Just because they're French panes, yeah.
yeah, this guy's fast too. So.
Yeah, 4 hours for $800 or $900 job almost is unheard of. Like you're only gonna get that from Victor and Junior. Not
really experienced
Yeah.
guys. Yeah, I mean like if you put 2 normal guys on it, it's probably gonna take about 5 to 6 hours, $150 an hour basically.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, most likely 6. Yeah, we'll offer $150 an hour, but Victor's been doing this for like 7 years now, I think.
Yeah.
2.5 years with us. So,
Yeah,
dude.
If you can find experienced guys to do whatever service you're offering, like that's gonna be a game changer for your production.
Absolutely.
Alright, so this tank right here is the one he was talking about that basically filters all the water from being, you know, like having minerals and stuff to having nothing in it so that it's spot free. And you always gotta have a ladder rack because, you know, ladders all day. And then he has like a couple bins right here that like he's able to organize like all his squeegees, all his towels, applicators, all of that. So yeah, it's a window cleaning truck. Alright guys, so I'm putting this out there right now. I'm gonna have a house like this one day. Not yet, but it's one day.
What's going on? How's it going?
Basically, we're just going around the jobs, showing people. Goes on
A day in the life of a window cleaner. Okay. Give us a tour of your mobile workshop here.
It's kind of a mess right now. I have one bin just full of towels and everything. I just took these to the laundromat yesterday, so all those are clean. I have one that's just filled with like hardware and stuff.
It's a little wet.
It's a little soggy in there.
Oh shoot. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, I know. It rained.
Ew.
It's gross. Ladders, water fed pole, and then my reels. I don't really use that one, but that's the power washing one, and then that's just like the regular one. Tank, and then more ladders. But yeah.
What do you got going on right here?
Oh, my screen cleaner. So this is a screen cleaner. I just hook it up to the water source, and then I just put them through there, and then cleans them up real nice. Saves a lot of time. But as you can see, plenty of clean screens right now. And
What time did you start the job?
I started at 8. I'm like just about done.
Okay, just gotta
Just
pop
kinda-
screens
So you
back
can
in.
pop it in,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. So it took
What
me
is it?
like 2 hours.
What is the process of like you pull up on a job? What do you do? What's your like workflow look like?
Most of the time when I pull up, I greet the customer first, and then I ask them where they want me to start. More than likely they're gonna have me start outside, so then I just hook up my reel to the water source, and then all that's already connected to the tank. So that's pretty simple. And then I just get started on like the outside, and then when I'm done with that, I just move the inside, make sure all the screens are out, and then yeah.
Was this house actually 11 windows? Or was it
It's
more?
12.
Oh, 12?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it was pretty simple. Nothing too crazy. I finished the inside in like 40 minutes.
Nice.
So
Tracks weren't that bad?
no, not at all. These are relatively
to
new
see.
windows, so yeah, it's like wasn't too bad.
It's a cool house.
It is a cool house. Very nice.
this is not the typical setup. All right, I'm really disappointed in Graves over here for not taking care of this. Should be a lot cleaner, but it is what it is.
This guy leaves to Texas for a month.
We have a customer, and even though we've got, our admin in place, people answering the phones, there's maybe like 2 customers that have my personal number still that refuse to go through like the normal procedures of calling the office. They need to contact me. She just called me. I'm gonna call her back.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Doing good, living the dream.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
2 things for you. Number 1, when's the last time you came to Susan and Andy's, and are you due anytime soon? Because I know we're supposed to be on every 6 months or something, right?
Yeah, I think so. Amy would probably know better.
Okay.
So I got Sergio right here too.
December.
What were you gonna say?
December.
I was gonna say, and then all of our windows are almost in, so I'm gonna need to schedule you to come to my house too soon. So I don't know if I need to schedule you out because you're pretty booked up, or how that looks.
No, we're pretty slow right now actually, because January and February is always like 25% of capacity, just because it has the potential to rain. So we're always pretty slow. So we have like any day available, pretty much.
Okay. Let me, or if you want to just text me once you figure out, or if you can find out the last time you were at Susan and Andy's, and then, we can schedule you guys to come again.
Yeah.
And then I will schedule 2. The problem is we still have 1 pocket door that needs to be replaced and put in, and then we're waiting for our big window to come in. That should be the next couple weeks. So, hopefully the next 3 weeks or so you guys come to my place too.
Sounds like a plan.
Appreciate it.
Sounds good. All right.
All right, Happy New Year. We'll chat soon then.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Good to hear from you.
Thanks, Johnny.
Yep.
All right,
All right,
bye.
bye. So yeah, I don't know. We have this. She's interesting because we do her personal house. She just moved in, so we're gonna do a construction cleanup for her, where we take paint off the windows and debris and shit, like stuff like that. And then we do Susan, which is she manages like the house for them. It's like some weird relationship, and we do this big house, and we're scheduled to do them every 6 months, and it's like absolutely gigantic house. It's like a $2,000 job every time we do it. So good news, we're slow right now, so we need the work.
Alright, so this is actually a window cleaner out in the wild right here, and you can tell it's a window cleaner because it has one of those water-fed poles and a tank on it, and it's like a good opportunity to find a subcontractor. So you see his number right there, Clean Ovations. We can just give him a call, and you can tell, like, since he doesn't really have a wrap truck or anything, it's like it's a good opportunity to sub him out, take some work.
Yeah, you can tell. I mean, the dude's a little older, truck's a little run down. Odds are he's probably not advertising. So yeah, like Sergio said, perfect fit. All right, we got some questions though. We have best way to start with a 9 to 5. So I asked if they want any questions answered, and he asked me best way to start with a 9 to 5. I'm assuming best way to start just any business. I would say use your off time. I mean, I don't know. You want to answer this, Sergio?
Okay, so there's 2 ways. You can just go all in and quit your job, or you can do it on the side. Personally, I'm like more the type of person to take risk and go all in. But I know a lot of people that like to start on the side. They do it, a couple hours after they get off work. But I mean, the main thing is just to start doing something. So if you want to get out of your current situation, you just got to just start doing something. You'll figure it out, as you go. So let me make this ball real quickly.
Piggyback off that. Piggyback off what he just said. I always like to look at it as far as like, how much do I have in savings, right? If you have 6 months in savings, that's more than enough time to make something work, especially if you go all in. You're not trying to reinvent the wheel with like some crazy startup, right? The next Facebook or, whatever it may be. You're doing something like what we do, window cleaning. You can absolutely replace your income in 6 months with something like window cleaning, because there's proven supply and demand over decades and decades and decades, right? Window cleaning's not going anywhere. Neither is house cleaning, neither is, plumbing, and any of these like ugly, or not ugly, but boring, unsexy businesses, they're not going anywhere. So as long as you have a runway, you should be fine. Oh, also, it depends on your situation too, right? So like me and Sergio, we're young, 23, we're not married, we don't have kids. We can take risks like that. So if you have, kids or a mortgage or something you have to pay for, then it's probably best you start off on the side, investing in, your free time after your 9 to 5, your 6 to 9, your 6 to 10, and then the weekends too, right? You don't have a 9 to 5 on the weekends, so utilize your weekends really well to launch whatever you need to do. The next question is, have we thought about franchising?
Okay, so franchising is definitely an option. We have thought about it in the past. If you're franchising, you want to have all your systems in place and have a brand to be able to sell to people. But one of the reasons that we've held off on it is because it is like a really big investment. You're looking at a lot of lawyer fees and things to get started. I know there's a franchise wolf on Twitter. He knows a lot about franchising. So we've talked to him before and it's an option, but yeah, it's not something that we've done before. So.
Yeah, like Sergio said, it's really heavy upfront investment. You have to invest in what's called an FDD. So every new franchise that incorporates in the United States needs to do a franchise disclosure document, and you have to have a lawyer to set that up, and it costs a lot of money, right? So we've talked to, like Sergio said, the franchise wolf, and he told us we can get that done as low as like 25K, but we kind of like the model of, hey, we'll teach you how to do it, not take any royalties, and if you can pull it off, you can pull it off. If not, then you still have all the info and resources to go and do it. It's just too much upfront investment for us at the moment, but we're not considering it. So it's still kind of in the back of our minds, but it's not something we're focusing on right now. Oh, so bad. If you had to start over, what would be the first step you would take? It's a good question. First step I would take, assuming I know what I know now, and I had to completely start over, I would definitely not go back to going in the field, because you can leverage the internet to do some crazy things. I would get a website up. I would probably do it myself, assuming I have no money. I would do the website myself, integrate all the different softwares together, like Booking Qual, etc. And I would get one good subcontractor, would find one really good one, vet them, and I would start having them get jobs. And then they would do the jobs and I would get paid. And then I would get another subcontractor, I would get more jobs, and vice versa, right? I would continue to slowly scale it up. So I can start making money.
If I had to start over, similar to Johnny, I would also try to avoid going in the field at first, because we were out there for 2-3 years in the field cleaning windows, but now we know that's not something that you have to do to start a home service business. You can always hire subcontractors from day one and they already know what they're doing. So I would definitely consider doing that first. Ooh, you're bad.
Boy, no way, boy.
Cut there. Oh! Yes. Okay, so the next question is, why did you choose to go into house cleaning for your next business? And the main reason is because recurring revenue. That's like the most beautiful thing in business, is being able to get one customer and then be able to service that person again the next week, the next month. And so as long as you can create good systems to have the customers have a good experience every job, and they'll stick with you, as long as you don't mess things up. So that's one of the biggest reasons we chose house cleaning. And since we're running the subcontractor model, there's just a ton of cleaners to choose from when doing a business like this. So yeah.
So why maids and why remote maid cleaning or remote house cleaning? I would say, similar to what Sergio said, definitely recurring revenue. It's amazing, and I look at every business opportunity as far as supply and demand goes. So when I look at house cleaning, everybody and their mother needs a house cleaner, whether you live in an apartment or a mansion, right? So everybody needs it, and there's an abundant amount of demand and an abundant amount of supply in quality subcontractors that can fulfill the jobs. So to us, and it fit our skill set perfectly. Like, we're really good at just digital marketing for home service. So we're able to position ourselves as a local made company and generate tons of leads and fulfill those leads. So easy money. Oh! Oh my God. god, dude, it's because there's no felt on it. Choke. Wow.
Catch me outside. Wow. All right, the next question is, how do you feel about that L, Johnny? You can pan to him.
It's a fluke. It's definitely fluky.
Tell him about your little, what is it called?
Oh yeah, right here. Look, this is why I got no felt. I think it's called. I'm just calling it what Jack called it. But yeah.
And
If I had one of these, easy win, no doubt.
I also have no felt.
Easy,
I just gotta work with what I got, you
A
know?
little bit more than I do.
There's nothing there.
It's lucky, bro.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit that plus button, like and comment. Let me know what you think. Any ideas for videos? Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.